हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक। लास्ट वीक जैसा कि मेजॉरिटी इंडियन ट्रैवलर्स थोड़े से परेशान थे इंडिगो फियास्को में, हम भी उसका पार्ट बन गए, ड्यू टू विच वीकली राउंड अप नहीं हो पाया था। उसके लिए अपॉलॉजीज। बट कहीं ना कहीं इस वीक का मूवमेंट देख के बाद भी ऐसा लगा कि जो एके ने लास्ट टू लास्ट वीक अपडेट किए थे लेवल्स, उसके आसपास ही होवर करती रही चीजें। दो कुछ इवेंट्स थे, कुछ अनाउंसमेंट्स भी आए, बट निफ्टी ने अपने लेवल्स बहुत ज्यादा चेंज किए नहीं। तो अभी आने वाली वीक में क्या होने वाला है, क्योंकि इस वीक में तो ज्यादा कुछ इवेंट्स थे नहीं। आने वाले वीक में क्या होने वाला है और इस वीक से भी क्या टेक अवे है, उसके लिए चलते हैं हम एके के पास और समझते हैं कि क्या होने वाला है और क्या हुआ। हाय, गुड इवनिंग।
Good evening, Rachit. How are you?
आई एम हैप्पी,
Good,
गुड विद इंडिगो।
good with Indigo. Uh, good. I heard about the whole travel fiasco and the flight
राइट।
getting cancelled. Yeah. lot of people, in fact, suffered because of that. And obviously, like we could not connect last week because
राइट।
of the whole thing. But be rest assured that you or the audience did not miss much. अगर आपको याद है, मैंने जो लास्ट वीक बोला था कि एक रेंज रहेगी, वो रेंज में ही निफ्टी ने पूरा अप एंड डाउन सारा किया है.
राइट।
इनफैक्ट आई वाज जस्ट लुकिंग एट द लास्ट मंथ चार्ट. Let's say about 14th of December to, sorry, 14th of November to date, till
राइट।
date. I was just going through that. It's a very interesting thing to note that just a month back, 14th November, we were at 25,700 odd levels. Okay. We moved up with a lot of anticipation on trade deal, on this, that, everything. We moved up to near life high, which is 26 200 plus. Okay. We made a top there. We went down again to 25 900. Then again the anticipation started to build up. We kept moving up, and we crossed the life high. And you will be really excited to know that we made between 26 to 70 and 26 300, just 30 points. We made three successive tops at that level.
ओके।
Yeah. And then we slid again. Now ये पूरा का पूरा जो हुआ है
राइट।
मूवमेंट, ये मैं आपको इन टर्म्स ऑफ इवेंट्स बताता हूँ विथ रीजनिंग. वी कीप creating some sort of expectation with news flow. Okay. India US trade deal, something that has been hovering around since September. In the news, well, the thing is hovering around since April actually, but September end से थोड़ा इसके न्यूज में चर्चा ज्यादा है कि every week there is something or the other, some sort of anticipation is being built that deal हो जाएगी, अभी हो जाएगी, 50 का 25 हो जाएगा या 50 का 15 ही हो जाएगा टैरिफ, एंड होल लॉट ऑफ थिंग. बहुत कुछ अनाउंस हुआ है, बहुत कुछ एक्चुअल में कुछ भी नहीं आया है. एक्चुअल में जो फिगर्स आए हैं उस पे एक्चुअली टैरिफ का इम्पैक्ट एक्चुअली देखने को मिल रहा है. द रियल फिगर व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज 41 बिलियन ऑफ ट्रेड डेफिसिट दैट इंडिया इज हैविंग, व्हिच इज ऑन अ लाइफ हाई. ओके, दैट इज एन एक्चुअल रियल फिगर. To a great extent it is the result of tariff,
राइट।
right? So we have been, the market has been really moving up on basis of anticipation rather than, and kind of, if not completely, kind of in a way ignoring the actual figures that are coming in into the system. हाँ, मैं मानता हूँ that GST figures थोड़े better आए हैं. Inflation was very very good. very much in at comfortable levels. It made a great case for RBI to cut rates. So it was expected. In fact, अगर आपको याद है मैंने last week आपको बोला था कि 25 basis point is more or less factored in the market.
Right.
It was expected. Anything more than 25 would have been a positive shock. But if it is
Hmm.
up to 25, it's not a big deal. वही हुआ. Okay. What RBI has done has given an indication that in February also they might cut rates.
Right.
But again, I have in terms of our economy, we are doing fine. We are
Hmm.
doing in terms of inflation, everything is under control. We need to push in consumption. I agree. Markets, Rachit, yeah. So we were talking about. I'll now quickly. I think we have digressed a lot with this discussion. Okay. So okay,
Right.
looking at last entire month's chart, we started from 25,700, moved up to 25, sorry, 26,200. We
Hmm.
went down again. We went up, made three tops around 26,300. These are all above previous life highs.
Right.
So there are three new life highs on a closing basis. And then again, last week, we showed that 25,800 is the level to be considered as a very strong support level at the
Hmm.
moment. Okay, so 25,800. Acha, keeping that in mind, this week, let me explain the trade that happened this week. This week, when I look at it in the hindsight, it looks like a clear classic bear trap in this
Hmm.
week. Given the fact that 25,800 was looking to be a very strong support level and
Hmm.
a level where a lot of stop loss was created,
Hmm.
the markets actually pushed it below 25,800. They gave a closing below 25,800. Then the next morning, which was Thursday, they created more panic by further putting it down by
Hmm.
100 odd points. I think this weekly low intraday was below 25,700 also. I think 25,693 yesterday's low, if I am not mistaken. So
Hmm.
once that was created, a lot of shorts was created because the stop loss got triggered. All the big traders, the trades, the stop loss got triggered at 25,800, and then you
Hmm.
further push it down by 100 points to create a panic. So a lot of shorts were created, and then immediately the reversal happened. So
Right.
after touching 25,693 yesterday, it closed close to 25,900, which was a clear reversal after first 2 hours of trade.
Hmm.
So this looks to me like a very very classic bear trap. ये फिनोमिना मैंने मतलब बहुत बार देखा है मार्केट में अराउंड एक्सपायरी वीक ये होता है कई बार होता है कि एक बहुत बड़ा पैनिक शॉट क्रिएट करके उसको रिवर्स करके आप एक्सपायरी ऊपर लेवल पे करते हो और आई थिंक वही हुआ है इस वीक टुडे फ्राइडे वाज जस्ट अ कंटिन्यूएशन ऑफ दिस again we have closed above 26,000 this week.
Hmm.
Okay, but week on week closing is still lower. Last week 26,100 was the week closing. So week
Okay.
on week closing is still lower. Broadly speaking, for the next week, I know you're going to come to that. For the next week, I stand firm on my range of 25,800 on the bottom side and 26,200 on the upside. ना अब आप मेरे से अगर पूछोगे कि अभी करना क्या चाहिए, आप ये
हाँ.
400 पॉइंट के एग्जैक्ट बीच में हो, मैं बोलता हूँ अभी कुछ नहीं करना चाहिए. ये रेंज में अगर ऊपर जाते हैं तो आप बेचिए, नीचे जाता है तो आप लीजिए. वी हैव सीन 25,800 being tested this week.
Hmm.
After breaking more than 100 points below that, the market has made a sharp pullback and sharp recovery and closed above 25,800. तो ये तो fortify हो गया है fact कि 25,800 is a very very strong support level for this market. 26,200, why I tell you, because just before hitting lifetime high
Hmm.
and just after hitting lifetime high, the markets have made two separate tops at around 26,200 levels. there, you know, after hitting the life high 26,300 से वो जब नीचे जा रहा था market, so it went down all the way to 25,900 or 25,850. Then it pulled up again and made another top at 26,200.
Hmm.
So looking at a broader chart, I feel 26,200 should be a good or reasonable
Rest.
level, reasonable level to assume that you know इस level पे resistance आएगी.
Got
तो
it.
ये 400 पॉइंट का रेंज है जो मैंने आपको लास्ट टू लास्ट वीक बोला था, मैं वो वही चीज बोल रहा हूँ अभी. कुछ और नहीं होना है. हमने जितनी चीजें एंटिसिपेट की थी नवंबर में, हम एंटिसिपेट करके बैठे थे, वो सब कुछ हो गई है रचित. यूएस हैज ऑलरेडी कट रेट, इंडिया हैज ऑलरेडी कट रेट. यूएस इंडिया ट्रेड डील, रोज बात हो रही है इसके बारे में. मैं आपको पहले भी बोल चुका हूँ, मल्टीपल टाइम बोल चुका हूँ, आई विल बिलीव इट व्हेन आई सी इट. अब
Right.
वो कल हो या अगले साल हो, आई डोंट नो दैट, बट आई विल बिलीव इट व्हेन आई सी इट. ओके. रही बात ये इसके जो पार्लियामेंट सेशन की है. इफ यू रिमेंबर लास्ट लास्ट वीक वी स्पोक अबाउट द पार्लियामेंट सेशन दैट इज गोइंग टू हैपन.
Hmm.
So it was anticipated that all these laws would be introduced, all these reformative laws will be introduced, and they will be passed because of the kind of majority they have. There is
Hmm.
no way that any law will not be passed. So that is for sure. And when you read, you know, the new labor laws, and when you read the new housing laws, and the rent control law, the new law related to the financial services,
Hmm.
जिसमें एफडीआई अप्रूव हुआ है 100%.
Till insurance and everything.
Everything, you know, I have not read in details, but if you look at it, everything is appears to be a very reformative step, a step
Hmm.
towards more futuristic kind of world, a step towards being able to deal with, you know, coming situations. So I think that the market should welcome them, and they are welcoming them. So I don't see any reason why any downside is there right now.
Chaliye, so there is no trigger for the upside, there is no trigger for the downside, and any which way we have crossed half of December. And the remaining second half, गोरे भी छुट्टी पे जा सकते हैं, हम लोग के भी यहाँ छुट्टी का माहौल है, निफ्टी भी कहीं ना कहीं उसी डायरेक्शन में इंडिकेशन दे रही है. When
It is always a little you know, little dull in the second half of
right,
December. Yeah.
right. So 25,800 would be the support and 26,200 would be the resistance. 400 पॉइंट भी सफिशिएंट होते हैं अगर वेल मैनेज्ड हो. लुकिंग एट व्हाट वी हैव सीन इन लास्ट some 6 quarters, if we have entered in the right time, we have made money, not euphoric returns, but yes, decent enough. So this is a level playing field that we have for the coming week. Chaliye, as always, it was amazing learning. And when I say learning, in today's episode, I'm pretty sure there are many takeaways as to the people who are confused with the dollar rupee trade. They might
Right.
learn something and, take it with a pinch of salt now कि हाँ ठीक है ये तो normal है होता आया है. And
होता
also
है.
I would suggest that the people who are seeing this video, if they can go and check the data, it will be comforting for them to understand as to how it is been behaving in the history. As always, it was amazing learning, and hope to catch up. अब तो लास्ट वीक के फियस्को के बाद ट्रैवल्स जैसे हैं, ये होप का फैक्टर थोड़ा सा और ट्रिगर इन हो रहा है. Hope to catch up with you
Right.
next week, and as always, it was amazing talking to you. Thank you.
Right.
Have a happy weekend.
Likewise, happy weekend to you.
Yeah.
Bye bye.